is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, August 25th. I'm Jeff here with my cute friends, Stephanie and Al.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome,
cute.
Al.
Well, I don't know, you guys, right before we started, you guys looked at me and both of you gave me a smile. I'm like, look at these two cuties over here.
Show my friends.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. You guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
We're going to start off with a story I'm going to get fired up about. So the man who was featured on the iconic Nirvana album cover, get this, is now suing the band. So that's Spencer Eldon, as a baby on the cover of Nirvana's 1991 Nevermind album. Remember that, that's important. But now he claims that his legal guardians never gave their consent to use the image back then. The lawsuit claims the band broke federal pornography laws and exposed Spencer because he was naked in the shot. But get this, Spencer recreated the cover several times throughout his life to mark various anniversaries of the album, which means he's profited from it, and even has the word Nevermind tattooed on his chest. He also appeared at a Comic-Con in Niagara Falls 2 years ago, again, profiting from it. Now he's suing for $150,000, 15 different defendants, which equals $2.25 million he wants. Get real.
You think?
What do you mean think? This guy, it's a money grab. What do you mean
it's totally a money grab.
He's been profiting off of his whole life.
It's totally a money grab, but if he didn't get consent and his legal guardians didn't get consent, then, I mean, did they get, I want to know, like, how did it happen then? How did it happen?
He ran out of money, and now he's looking for another way. And some lawyer is probably going to get him paid in one way or the other, because that's how America works.
I don't mean that, but I mean, like, way back when, who took that picture? Who submitted that picture? Was it on, like, Getty or iStock or something? Like, if they never gave consent, how did they have access to it? That's what I don't get.
I hear you.
I don't know, maybe, Steph, if there is anything to get. I mean, we're talking about 1991 here. It was a real loosey-goose time back then.
Throw your kid in the pool.
Right. It was like, I don't think that there was like some like law, something done in like a law office where somebody's sitting behind an oak chair, writing this out. I think that this was like, hey, cute baby, what if we put it in the pool for a picture? They did it, they snapped it, no one knew what they were doing, and it became this iconic photo.
Yeah.
And I think it's from cases like this that now we do have laws set up where if it was your son or daughter, Steph, or your sons, Jeff, you would know now. But I don't think parents in 1991 knew or cared. No one knew how big this album was going to be. And because of this, we now have a young man who's chasing this thing he did when he was a child. And he's no disrespect, but it seems like he's wasted a lot of his formative primary years chasing this thing that he did when he was a child.
Right, he's capitalizing off of it his whole life.
Yeah.
He got the album cover tattooed on his chest so everybody knew he was that kid. If he didn't want anybody to know he was that kid, don't tell anybody.
You wouldn't
Nobody
be
knows.
recreating the pictures every few years.
6 months later, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Do you think he doesn't leave with this at a bar?
Yeah, totally. I bet that's how he tries to hit on the girl.
Oh, you don't think his shirt's open like to here and he walks in and like, what's Nevermind? Remember the album cover? Yeah, I'm that nerd.
No, he acts like he forgot. It's like, oh, is that showing? I was on.
Yeah, no, I bet
Listen,
he does.
this is a money grab, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
If his parents didn't sign it, or legal guardians or anyone didn't sign anything way back when, think of how much you get in royalties and fees and when things are resubmissioned, and this has been out for years and it made a lot of money. So that 2.5 isn't that far of a stretch. I don't think.
2.25, but unfortunately you might have a point there. Makes me sick. All right, you never know when Tom Cruise is going to land a helicopter in your yard, right? So while in the UK, Tom got permission to land in a family's field because the nearby airport was closed, of course. He posted for the family with pics and even offered to take a kid for a ride in a helicopter. What a good guy. This isn't the first time Tom has made a request for an unusual landing. So James Corden, remember the time Tom wanted to land in his yard? Let's watch.
Says, I'm here till August. I'm staying in St John's Wood. I'd love to see you. And he put, we can make that happen. Can I land my heli in your yard? I promise it's true. I sent back, thinking he was joking, 4 crying emojis. Does that mean no?
So first off, Steph, did Tom Cruise write helicopter, and that's just what British people call helicopters, helis?
No, I think he's just like
he shortened it?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Now let's get to the story.
I love this. How awesome would it be? What an amazing day. If my kids were at school, I'd be like, oh, I forgot there's a family emergency. They have to come home or something. And then really it was that Tom Cruise was coming over.
What, you would even be excited if Tom Cruise landed in your yard?
Absolutely. I was just surprised he asked. I think when you need to land your helicopter, you just do it, and then you send text later. But
I wonder, how did he find out their phone number?
That's a good point.
I just think this is, first of all, this is super cool, and it just like, I feel like Tom Cruise is starting to walk in your boy's shadow a little bit with Bill Murray, where we're starting to have these kind of Tom Cruise spottings where he just pops up out of nowhere. Pretty soon he's going to be bartending people's weddings.
No.
I'm just saying. I think
bartending people's weddings.
I think landing your helicopter and bartending at a wedding are 2 different ends of the spectrum.
He's this rogue celebrity where you just never know where he's going to show up. Everybody likes him when he does.
I'd be loving it.
I don't know.
But imagine having like the world as your playground. Like, airport's closed, let's just go down there. I'll take a picture, it'll be fine. You know, like, imagine that life. We can't fathom that lifestyle.
Isn't that crazy? And then just being like, you know what, I'll take your kids out. Can you imagine just being like, yeah, what did you do yesterday? Oh, I went out with Tom Cruise in his helicopter.
Sure.
Like, no one would believe you.
Nobody would believe you at all.
That's why
Nobody
you got to
would
get
believe you.
pictures. You got to get sneak pictures just to like show people like this really happened.
He did
I
them
love
for a
it.
ride. Yeah, they're the most popular kids
Start
in
hitting it with
school.
those
Oh,
likes, buddy.
yeah.
All right, guys, so Gwen Stefani's ex, Gavin Rossdale, has a new lady. You'll never guess what her name is. Yep, it's Gwen. So Gavin and Gwen Stefani were married for 13 years before divorcing back in 2015. Now, Gavin, who is 55 years old, is reportedly dating model Gwen Singer, who is 26, and that's 6 years younger than his daughter, Daisy. So Gwen and Gwen don't just share a name, but they kind of look alike, too? What do you guys think?
I think it's just the blonde hair.
Maybe,
Like, 'cause there
and
was a
that side profile.
There was a picture of
They
her
kinda look
with. There
alike.
was a picture of her with brown hair, and I don't think she looks the same there.
That's too close to me. Having Gwen and Gwen, like, I don't know, that's a little unusual.
And Gwen's a singer.
And then Gwen Singer, who's a singer. It's like, I don't know if I could date
You guys are caught up on the names. I'm caught up on the 6 years younger than his daughter.
Oh, we could go there too.
Really?
Yeah.
The names is what got you guys 6 years younger?
But I'm saying it wouldn't even have got this far if he was just sitting there and he's like, your name's Gwen Singer? I can't do it. Like,
Really?
right from
That would have put you off before anything else.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I could go the rest of my life.
And also, if you are trying to shade your ex, I mean, what better way to do it than to get somebody that looks like them, shares the same name, and is younger than them?
I don't think that.
Younger
I
than
don't
your
think that's
daughter?
a flex. I think that's a fail.
You think it's a fail?
I think it's a fail. She's not Gwen Stefani. She's never gonna be. Let's be honest.
She's Gwen Singer.
She's beautiful and she's young, but the bar has been set pretty high. I wouldn't be offended. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'm with Blake Shelton. See ya.
Wow, so you think Blake Shelton is a bigger upgrade than a 26-year-old model or however?
Yeah, he's made so much money. He's so talented. He's so funny. He's so kind. He's like a businessman. He's a performer. He's got like the whole package. Like, what has she done? Like, no offense, no shade to you, Gwen Singer. I don't know you.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't know you.
You've accomplished
Seriously,
nothing in your
what have
life.
you
No
done,
offense.
and why are
No,
we
but
talking
at
about you?
26, what did you do at 26? I ain't done nothing. But just left school, barely past that. I was like going to drama class, like, I'll be famous one day.
Okay, let's not look at it from his point of view. Let's look at it from hers. Big upgrade. Big upgrade.
She's landed a good fish.
There you
She's
go.
hooked him.
Yeah, but she's dating a much older guy. And there's an energy when it comes to age, and no one wants to talk about that. But like, just imagine you're in your house, Jeff, and you come downstairs, and your 26-year-old girlfriend's down there with her 26-year-old girlfriend.
You mean his daughter?
Yes, that
she's younger
young
than his
energy.
daughter.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Hi, Mr. Schroeder." Like they'd be treating you like an older dude that you are.
It's
That's
true, man. It's
hilarious.
true. We always say like, hey, if they're happy, but there is something to the
It
age
looks good in
difference.
pictures, but like the day-to-day, I don't
When-
want that youth in it.
Yeah.
Gwen Singer wants to hang out with Gavin's daughter,
Yeah.
or at least later than you.
Yeah, they're sharing
They're
playlists.
all just one
Can't
big
happen.
happy family. They can share clothes and everything.
I guess so. All right, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the gift that keeps on giving. Watch as he casually surprises fans on a tour bus. Take a look.
Hey, you guys know where I can find The Rock? Hey. Oh, well, that was fun. It's a good way to start off my Saturday.
Oh.
As cute as that is, like, and it's great. I think Dwayne Johnson's fantastic.
But there's a butt coming.
No, there's not a but. He does that for himself, too. That gives you a little ego boost, too, that you're like, wow, I just made these people's day.
Yeah.
Everyone on that bus now has a story to go home with. It gives it a little ego, too, a little
Yeah, I bet a lot
shot.
of celebs in Hollywood definitely drive past those tours and are like, oh,
If you're having a bad
gosh.
day and you're like, I could just go make myself smile, right?
Definitely. I mean, I think there's two different kinds of celebs. I think there's the ones that still like to do that, and there's ones like Paul McCartney that have just been famous for so long.
Yeah.
that
Like
it doesn't-
A-list.
Yeah, I mean,
Rock's A-list.
Right. I mean, think about being that famous. Not like, oh, it's Steph from DBL. We're talking about like people
Can you
burst
imagine?
into tears when they see you.
Yeah,
like
no,
you have,
that's crazy.
you're the apex of their life, like Oprah and things like that.
Yeah.
People that have defined their lives after you.
That'll be a
I
story
mean,
they
it's
tell for
it's a
years.
different thing.
Yeah, that'll be a story they literally go home and tell every single person. They won't believe it happened, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I watched The Rock last night. I watched Jungle Cruise.
me too.
How was it?
Not last night, but I watched it. My kids.
Yeah, it
I
was
heard
good.
good
It
things.
was good.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
he
Even
was
the
good.
critics liked it.
$30 on Disney Plus.
There we go.
There you go. Cheaper than a movie theater. Coming up on DBL, actress Loretta Devine. She's looking back at her long career in today's Chatting with the Stars. And who is the highest paid TV star? We're breaking down the actors who top that list. I'm guessing Chris Pratt.
Closed captioning provided by...
Are we on? Oh, so I was just sitting here strangely. Tiffany is filming me, and I just wanted to say, you don't have to turn the camera on yourself, but Steph, Tiffany has on a jean jacket. And I feel like there are two kinds of people that can pull off a jean jacket and people that cannot. I cannot pull. I can't. I feel like I look like an undercover narc at a high school that's really like a cop. I look like I'm trying to be young.
You know what you could pull off though, because I've been thinking about it? I think you could do a black jean jacket, like with black jeans.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because I've been thinking about
But then you have the denim on denim and then they put a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, but you don't have to get denim.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Steph, could I pull off a jean jacket under any?
I think you definitely could.
I'm so old. So anyway, Steph,
I think you definitely could pull it off. So I'm just mopping up the sweat on my head, so don't mind me.
Did you ever get recognized in LA, like on a tour bus or something?
Not like that. Sometimes on the street, but rarely.
So I was going to audition on Hollywood Boulevard because I used to live right there. My gym was on the other side, so I would just like walk across.
Yeah.
And I was going. I was going to the gym, not an audition. Either way, I was crossing the street, and someone's like, "Oh my God, that's Jeff from Big Brother," and they got a free T-shirt. And then that person wrote me, they're like, "Hey, I got a free T-shirt for recognizing you." I'm like, "I hope your tour got better than that." I wrote it back. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's good. It's like, hey, celebrities.
But and that's what I mean. It made you feel good. One T-shirt. I was like, man, I made that person.
Did you go to the gym that was like in that big car park on literally the Walk of Fame?
Yeah, there's one there.
I used to live just up the street from there.
And then there's one LA Fitness around the corner too.
Yeah.
That's a little more dingy, and I went there.
Yeah. Oh my God, I used to live right around the corner.
I lived on, what was it? It wasn't Sycamore. Was it Sycamore? Right around the corner from Man's Chinese Theater. I think it was Sycamore. It was Hollywood and Sycamore, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you saw those tours coming past all the time.
I would walk by, and everyone's like, the Superman.
Thanks, guys.
Every day, they're like, hey, you want to get a picture? Welcome back to DBL. It used to be that movies were where all the money was at. But now, thanks to streaming, TV stars are also getting paid the big bucks. So according to Variety, Chris Pratt is the highest paid TV star, making $1.4 million per episode for Amazon's The Terminal List. Again, this is just TV here. So Jeff Bridges takes in $1 million per episode for The Old Man on FX, and Bryan Cranston makes $750,000 an episode for Your Honor.
You turned me on to that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Check it out. The Sex and the City ladies make between $650,000 and $750,000 for their new show on HBO Max.
Per episode?
Per episode. I thought they'd be getting a little bit more, though.
But you think they've got like 10 episodes in a season, so that's
true.
a lot of money.
Kate Winslet took home $650,000 for each episode of The Mayor of Easttown.
Deserved every penny.
Another one, another good one. Check it out. And Viola Davis made $600,000 per episode playing Michelle Obama in the upcoming Showtime series, The First Lady.
Worth it, because everybody's going to watch it.
Everybody's going
to watch it. We talk about those celebrities that people model their lives after, that people start crying when they run into them. It's people like Michelle Obama. So it's people that like they could see themselves becoming, rather than like, I look at The Rock and I'm like, we're not even the same species. You know, like he is an ultra human. Like, but I think a lot of people look at Michelle and she's like, oh, she's from a neighborhood like I'm from, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a big deal. I think a lot of people are going to watch.
We were talking about like contracts earlier, right? Like you got to sign those contracts. So if they're getting paid $650, whatever they're making an episode, I wonder if they're making anything on the back end. I wonder if they leave that open now in their contracts, like saying, hey, you guys are going to stream this for the next 20 years, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I want to get paid every 5 years if you keep it on your streaming service. I think that's how people are setting up contracts now. Even though it looks like a big number up front, I'm sure they're getting something in the back end.
Oh, no, I think so too. And like, you got to look at, like we were talking about earlier with that Nirvana cover, right? So like when you do like a modeling gig or something, they have to like revisit it over so many years. And if you're going to continue to keep it on the air, if you're going to continue to keep it on displays, and that's just literally a picture, never mind a TV TV show that's going to have millions of viewers.
If you get paid the day rate, like now we're getting over the audience's head. If you do like a day rate picture or something, you're going to make $300 and you have no right to that picture ever again in your life. People still send me things like, well, did you do a hot tub ad that I did like 10 years ago for like $250? Yeah, and they're still using it.
Oh my God, you your agent on that.
Well, that's how they get you as well. Like, don't forget, everybody's like, oh, well, make sure your lawyer structures it so you get paid on the back end. But you're taking a risk, Steph, because a lot of times you might be in between gigs, you land this one, and somebody's like, do you want to get paid now or possibly get paid over the next 20 years? You're like, rent is due right now.
I know.
So you might take a worse contract and end up being the hot tub ad where they run it for the next 10 years.
Yeah, there was a comedian that did their special. Was it with Netflix? Oh, what was his name? And he did that too, and it went on to be like one of the biggest stand-up shows that Netflix
Oh, and
had.
he believed in himself.
I know he did it. You know, he needed to make money, so and then he revisited it like years later and was like, "Hey, like, come on, be fair here." And then
that was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, when he talked about that. Now, you know,
and he
they ended
like,
up doing the right thing by him,
now.
but he wrote a famous bit about how that went down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of you have to take a calculated risk on yourself, and it depends on your financial picture at the time.
Well, these people aren't taking a risk; they're getting paid.
Yes.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with actress Loretta Devine. She looks back on her pivotal role in Waiting to Exhale. Stick around.
Your student school supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Would you like to have dinner with us tonight? It's just leftovers. Collard greens and cornbread, some candied yams, a little potato salad, fried chicken, peach cobbler, 2 slices of ham. I have no business eating it myself, big as I am.
I like that. I like a woman with a little meat on her bones, you know?
Welcome back to DBL. Now, I got a question for you. Who doesn't love good food and dream girl Loretta Devine? Nobody, right? Well, we caught up with her earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars.
She stole scenes in the groundbreaking film Waiting to Exhale. But you can breathe now because Emmy Award-winning actress Loretta Devine joins us live.
Yes.
Welcome and happy birthday. Did we hear that your birthday just happened? How did you celebrate?
Yes, by working.
Well, we love a queen who hustles, Miss Loretta. Thank you so much for being here. I am such a fan. I remember going to see Waiting to Exhale with my mom in the movie theaters, and it was like a bonding moment, and I watch it about once a month, so I am here for you. I thought it was really interesting because I heard that you were asked to gain weight for your role in Waiting to Exhale. Would you ever do that again?
No, I don't have to. I gained all the weight I need.
Stop.
No, I wouldn't do it again. I don't think I'll ever need to do that again.
Well, I have to ask you, you were in the original cast of Dreamgirls on Broadway with friend of the show, my personal friend, Cheryl Lee Ralph. She is a queen, and that was 40 years ago, and you've been working ever since, but you call yourself a late bloomer. How do you do that? You are a current bloomer. You were currently a star.
Well, when I started, everyone thought I was maybe 10 years older than everyone thought I was. So that's what I mean by a late bloomer. You get to the whole thing late, but you get to it.
Look at her at the Jerry Lewis telethon. You see her at the Jerry Lewis telethon? Wow.
Loretta, I love behind-the-scenes stuff, and you talk about your journey to becoming an award-winning actress in TV One's Uncensored. So tell us a little bit about that shady letter you got back in the day, your teacher wrote, and how it impacted your career.
Well, it's just important that people do or don't believe in you. And sometimes when people don't believe in you, it's more of a force to move you forward than when people do. So it was that sort of thing. And Uncensored was very nerve-wracking for me because I don't like to talk about myself because half the time I can't remember what happened. And the other half, I'm afraid I'm going to out somebody that's going to kill me.
Oh, no. That's honest. Well, Miss Loretta, of course, I've been a fan of yours for a long time, but now I'm really into the Netflix show Family Reunion, where you play an old school grandmother in the Netflix show. So for all the grandmothers watching right now, what will they relate to the most about your character?
Oh, I think my character's like Superwoman in this show. They have me doing things that are just unbelievable. And sometimes they bring in stunt doubles that can't even do the stuff that they dreamed up. It's a wonderful show. It's coming back out on August 26th. We have 7 new shows that are coming on Netflix for Family Reunion. The kids are growing up in front of our eyes, doing incredible things. I think people are going to be amazed by some of the new shows we're doing.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we definitely look forward to seeing you on TV One's Uncensored. To our DBL Nation, make sure you watch it this Sunday. Thank you so much.
Come back and see us.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
10 o'clock. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all dreamed about our retirement. You know, laying on a tropical beach somewhere, but are you going to plan for that? We're chatting about in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. There are 4 easy ways to achieve success in your golden years. First, maintain good physical and mental health. Next, try to have a strong support system of friends and family. And this one is important. Don't let your old job define you. Find your new purpose. Lastly, be debt-free so you can enjoy retirement. We've made it easy for you. For quality and affordable assurance, the Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. All you got to do is call them at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. Are you picturing yourself on a beach right now, Steph?
I've actually never thought about retirement. Have
Really?
you?
This morning?
No.
No, I haven't.
I'm a ways away, but I mean, if you give me a lump of cash,
I get
I'm
bored
out.
after 2 days.
I get so bored.
No, I'm
not me.
Just
man.
like I'm off.
I can build a lot of sandcastles. I'll tell you that. All right, guys. DBL is new every day. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.